What's up, guys? Sam Adams here, and just a few moments ago, Sony announced their new version of Project Morpheus, which you can check out up there in the top corner. And this was announced to be coming out in 2016, early 2016, for the PlayStation 4, which is definitely pretty interesting, especially considering that we heard about Project Morpheus just last year at this time, so obviously large strides have been made. And if you haven't been paying attention to the news, virtual reality has grown by leaps and bounds over the last year. And Sony looks to be jumping aboard that hype train and getting into the virtual reality game. HTC just announced earlier this week a partnership with Valve, making their first virtual reality headset, which is rumored to have Half-Life 3 coming to it. So we'll have to see how that goes tomorrow or the next day. It's happening in the next couple of days. Obviously, GDC is going on right now, Game Developers Conference, where pretty much the next year is being decided for us. It's a lot like E3 or the tech version of PAX, I suppose you could say. But, so virtual reality, let's talk about it for a minute. What is it? How does it work? So, headsets have been growing ever since the Oculus Rift was first announced. And that's a pretty big deal, you know. It's just been growing every year, and we're starting to see more and more headsets, a lot more stuff popping up. But is it the future? Personally, I think that it's going to be a lot like that 3D TV craze that we saw a couple of years ago. Obviously, if you remember, Sony actually announced their version of a 3D TV that was specifically for PlayStation consoles, and it did fairly well. I mean, as far as it goes, it had a price drop pretty quickly, but it did come with a copy of Pacific Rift, MotorStorm's latest game, which came out in 2011, I think, if I remember correctly. And but you had to wear glasses with their 3D TV, which is a big thing that you know, put it out of its game. It really took back the attractiveness of it. And that's one thing I'm worried about VR, is that the headsets that you have to wear are going to kind of take away from the attractiveness of the peripheral itself. And I like how Google Glass is doing kind of a HUD in real life kind of thing, a heads-up display in real life. And I think that if they combine elements of Google Glass and the other stuff that's like Google Glass with the elements that Sony is bringing to the VR game, that we might actually have something that's worth using. But I personally think that it's just going to be one of those fads. Obviously, we've been seeing VR since the Virtual Boy, which didn't really count, but you know what I mean. It had a lot to do with your eyes and, you know, how you looked at stuff. But I hope it takes off. I think it looks pretty cool, but I think that they should keep it a peripheral. I definitely don't think that any console or PC game, at least, should require that you have this headset, because that's just asking for terrible sales. So far, not many people have adopted VR. A lot of people have gotten Oculus Rift developer kits. I know Boogie got one. NerdCubed has played with one. A lot of other major YouTubers have played with one. PewDiePie, I believe, played Slenderman on one. And, you know, it's just a lot of people are trying it. A lot of people are trying to get into the game, but it's just not mainstream enough to make a major player in the console peripheral game. So I hope that they keep it to where I can just play on monitors. I really like monitors. I'm just a monitor guy. I grew up on TVs, and I just like having a screen in front of me. That's just how I like to play. Now, the next generation of gamers might like to have the VR thing going on. Everything might come with a headset. Who knows? It might become the Kinect of the next generation of consoles. I don't know how it's going to end up. But what's cool is that the innovation of VR is really inspiring. And obviously, in a gaming industry where there's not much innovation as far as games go in the past couple of years, it's nice to see that projects and companies are at least branching out with their ideas and trying to create something new for the consumer, because VR is just logically the next step that's going to be that thing that's like, wow, check that out. You know, Kinect kind of, it was innovative, but it just kind of built on the iToy from back in the day. And VR is just something completely new that Oculus Rift started, and they're going to always be the starters of it in the, you know, in its popularity craze anyway. But I think that Sony's doing pretty well. I hear rumors that Microsoft is working on something similar for the Xbox One, and then obviously Steam, or Valve, excuse me, is coming out with their HTC One partnered one. I believe it's called the HTC Vibe or Vine or something. I'll correct myself down in the down right here. So I can't wait to hear more about Project Morpheus as it approaches its release, again set for early 2016. And if you enjoy the Project Morpheus idea or the concept of it, leave me a like down below. Comment what you think about virtual reality. Do you think it is the future? Are you going to be picking up one whenever it comes out and is available to the public? What price would you pay to have a virtual reality headset in your hands? You know, that's pretty interesting. That's a major player in the peripheral game. You know, not a lot of people are going to pay. You know, if you say this controller's worth 40 bucks, this controller's worth 80 bucks. Obviously, 40 bucks make this like, yes, let's buy this, and then 80 bucks is like, yeah, I'll look around. You know, it's just how people value their peripherals. So, leave it in the comments below what you would pay for a virtual reality headset for your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to head over and check out some of my other videos. I do new stuff at least 4 days a week, and I love it when you guys check out everything that I make. It makes me feel good inside. It makes me feel like I'm doing something meaningful. So without further ado, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video, and keep up to date with all of the news on GDC by following me on Twitter or other, you know, gaming news stuff on Twitter. That's the best place to find news up to the minute. And as always, again, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.